Luke Wade?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is you on the phone?
Yes, it is.
All right. Thank you so much for joining me.
You're welcome.
Okay, now Luke and I have got to spill the beans on something. We talked earlier on the phone. I answered the phone. Luke called me, and I said, hey, hang on just a second. I went back to the same line. I talked to who I thought was Luke for about 13 minutes, all about his career, everything. And then after the interview, Luke called me back and said, hey, I don't know what happened. You said, hang on just 1 second, and then there was nothing. And it was the exact same phone line, but it was not you.
It was some random person.
It was
who probably had the time of their life pretending to be me on the phone.
Well, I have it recorded. Oh my gosh, Luke Wade.
I want to hear that. I bet that would be. I mean, this is going to be good, but I'm sure that would be the gem.
I'll MP3 it to you because you'll get a kick out of it, I'm sure. And my thought was, oh my God, what is wrong? What is happening?
What's wrong with him?
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. Well, Luke Wade, thank you so much for joining us today. Top 5 on NBC's The Voice. I just really thank you so much for joining us. Like we talked about on the phone, I have been in this business a long time. I haven't ever had anyone or anything like this happen because it was the exact same phone line I came back to, and no others had rung. It was just bizarre.
Well, now we have a story together. We're forever bonded.
We are bonded. We are bonded. Now, I want to talk to you about, you've come a long way from Dublin, Texas, working at the Dr. Pepper plant. Right?
I think so. I mean, we all get older and our lives change, and some people get, and stuff happens, and fortunately enough for me, I followed my dream, and lots of crazy things have happened, and I'm touring around and meeting fans that I made from, being on TV, and it's really wild and crazy trying to use it to get to the next step.
Right on. Now, your band had been on the road 10 years before you were on The Voice. Did you ever think that your career would be where it is now had you not had the Voice opportunity?
I think it would, honestly. I think that it's different. I never would have been like a TV star because there's a certain amount of it right now that it's music, but it's also people just wanting to kind of see me and me because they saw me on TV.
Gotcha.
And the music is secondary to some of the folks. So I get an opportunity to make music in front of them and turn them into fans. But, I never had any intention of quitting, and things were going pretty well. I think that it would have taken some time, but I would have got here eventually, and maybe not in the same way, but and I probably never would have met Pharrell and had that amazing experience. But, I would have kept on plugging away at my career.
Well, I absolutely love Pharrell Williams, and that you got to be on his team. Do you think that maybe added a facet to your career and maybe some of your training that you wouldn't have had with the other judges?
Absolutely. I think that Pharrell is a very real-world coach, whereas, Blake and Adam obviously had more success, but I think that it was because of, their priority in preparing their contestants for the show, as opposed to preparing them for the real world. And I think that I'm now seeing the benefits of being on Pharrell's team and having that kind of preparation.
Right. Now, here's the question I want to ask you. We see The Voice, of course, from a viewer's perspective, but you're behind the scenes. And I want you to tell me what was the best thing from on the other side of the cameras about The Voice, and then I'm going to ask you another question about that here in a minute.
Well, I think that it was the attitude of the show in general. The production company and all the the producers and the staff and the contestant department, they all genuinely want us to do well and succeed, and they want to see that. And so it's not TV is TV where you have to do a couple extra takes of something that's supposed to be real and a number of things like that. But ultimately, they want us. Oh my gosh. That's my alarm. Oh my God, that's terrible.
We didn't hear it.
Jeez.
There you go.
That's so bad. Hold on one second. It's almost done. It's just got to run its course.
I understand.
It's the worst thing that's okay.
This is an unusual day.
This is an unusual day. Yeah, that's telling me I got something else to do.
Okay,
apparently.
well, listen, we'll wrap
right.
it up. I wanted to ask you, though, in regards to the voice, the best thing, yes, but what was the weirdest thing that would surprise us most about behind the scenes on The Voice?
The weirdest thing?
Mm-hmm. The one you were like, wow, I cannot believe this.
Oh man, sometimes we did these commercials for stuff, and it was just some of it, like, that was actually like the toughest part, where we would just be, and the length of the days was crazy sometimes. Like, we would have a 5:30 in the morning call time, and then we'd have our iTunes recording at 3:30, like at 1:30 in the morning the next day.
Oh my gosh. So almost 24 hours.
Yeah, almost.
Wow.
Like, we had some 21, 22-hour days. And then where you would get done, you would have to choose whether you wanted to sleep for 4 hours or work on your song.
And did you work on your song?
Kind of thing. Some people did, and some people didn't.
Yeah.
The folks who made it to the end, it was more about who could just survive the process than anything. Wow. I mean, obviously they're talented, and they wouldn't have made it that far if they weren't incredibly talented. But it also came down to who could just deal with it,
Yeah, I gotcha.
So, very resilient, resourceful guys there at the end.
Wow. Well, listen, I know you've got to take off. I had some other questions for you, but the other person answered them. So.
Oh, yeah, he's going to use his answers for that.
Thank you so much, Luke. You're going to be in Abilene tonight, Chelsea Street Pub, and then Jake's Back Room this Saturday night.
So Dallas Thursday, Abilene Friday, and then Lubbock on Saturday.
Right on. And we are looking forward to it. And our VIP acoustic set here at the station. You've been very generous with your time, and we appreciate it, and we are so looking forward to seeing you, Luke. Thank you so much.
No problem. You have a great day. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.